Inside or outside? From Genesis chapter 32 verse 26. Jacob replied, I will not let go unless you bless me. Do you ever wonder how many blessings you might have missed out on because you let go too soon and didn't fight long enough for something? Jacob fought with God and picked up a limp in the process, but it was worth it for the incomparable blessing he received. We go through different stages in our lives. There are times when we might have been both hungrier or less hungry for God than right now. That's just the nature of the spiritual journey that we're all on. But today, I want to invite you to step inside the circle. You can't do it in a few minutes like one of the daily devotionals that you might do. That would be undervaluing the whole experience. This is an invitation to encounter God in unspeakable intimacy and power. So what do we mean by stepping inside the circle? There was a man who was born in a gypsy tent of very humble origins, and yet he ended up being invited to the White House by two presidents. Rodney, that's Gypsy Smith, came into the world in 1860 in Epping Forest, just outside London. 45 times he crossed the Atlantic to preach the gospel to millions of people on both sides. His passion was almost unparalleled, and there was great fruit in what he did. What was his secret? Private prayer. His praying was even more powerful than his preaching. A delegation once came to him to inquire how they might experience personal and mass revival as he had. They wanted to be used the way Gypsy was. Without hesitating, he said, go home, lock yourself in your room, kneel down in the middle of the floor, and with a piece of chalk draw a circle round yourself. There, on your knees, pray fervently and brokenly that God would start a revival within that chalk circle. Too busy? I've often said that. Too dry? Been times in my life when I felt dry spiritually. Too battered? Sometimes, and especially over the last 18 months, life has thrown so much at us. Too sinful? God's heard all the excuses and is still inviting you. Step inside. Let's pray. Lord, this is so much more than a one-line prayer.